Hey guys, Philipp Doukakis here, welcome to another video, and today I'm going to talk about the new Hyperlapse function of the Mavic Air 2. It's been almost 1 week since I got this drone, and in the past few days I was testing all kind of functions and settings and so on. As you may already know, one of the main selling points of this drone is the Hyperlapse function in 8K resolution. So after testing it out a couple of times, I realized that there are a couple of reasons why I still would prefer to shoot the Hyperlapse in 1080p instead of 8K. Reason number one, 8K Hyperlapse shoots at least every 6 seconds. That means your end result appears more choppy and not so smooth as with the 1080p version. In the 1080p setting you can shoot every 2 seconds, so it results in a much smoother final result. I recommend, if you still want to shoot an 8K Hyperlapse, keep the flight distance of the drone as short as possible and make very little camera movements so that the end result is less choppy. Reason number two is the duration of the Hyperlapse video with 8K, which results from reason number one. If you shoot every 6 seconds instead of every 2 seconds, you need much more time to produce the same size, the same length of end result. For example, the video you saw at the beginning was shot in 1080p mode, and it's about 15 seconds each clip, and it took me around 12 minutes to shoot it. In 8K you get for the same amount of time a final result of maximum 4 to 5 seconds. Another thing I noticed, which I didn't figure out yet why it happens, it happened 3 out of 4 times, the 8K video came out corrupted. It only compiled half second instead of 5 seconds, because the drone renders the final Hyperlapse video while in the air after shooting the photos. I think it needs more than 30% of battery to do that, because 8K resolution needs much more power than a 1080p video. So I was less than 30% battery and it was far away. It calculated also the time it needs to get back, so it aborted the rendering and it resulted in a corrupted file. Another thing is that most of the video players don't support 8K yet. It looks like this. But if you import it in Premiere Pro, for example, then it looks okay. I don't know if other editing software has the same problem or it looks okay, but for me it worked. But yet it's not perfect. Reason number three, you don't have the option to save the raw image files, which is the case in the 1080p mode. That means that you only have a finished rendered 8K video file, and you don't have the possibility to edit the colors or make a good color grading or anything like that. If the blacks are too dark, they are crashed, you cannot bring up the details anymore, and that's a big disadvantage of the 8K Hyperlapse. And reason number four, many owners of the new Mavic Air 2 are complaining that they don't have the possibility to shoot 4K Hyperlapse. I mean, there's a 1080p option and there's an 8K option, but there is no 4K option for Hyperlapse. That doesn't make sense. And that's technically possible with the raw files of the 1080p mode. Here's a comparison video. On the left side you see the original Hyperlapse video that renders the drone by itself in 1080p, 25 frames per second standard. And on the right side is the end result out of the raw image files in 4K, which you have much more possibility to bring up the details, the shadows and everything, and yeah, it's obviously much better. So if you realized, this video is in 4K resolution and the Hyperlapse clip at the beginning was in 4K also. So if you'd like to see how I got the 4K Hyperlapse out of the Mavic Air 2, please subscribe, hit the bell button so you get notified when the video gets online. And yeah, so see you in the next video with more reviews and a few cool shots with this drone.